I'm Chuck Pippin from Icon Boats. Today we're going to go over launching and loading a bass boat for new bass boat owners. When you first get to the lake, we've already covered a couple of the steps here. You're going to want to make sure your boat buckles here in the back, which most of your modern boats are going to come with some form of boat buckles. These are retractable ones. Some boats may have a more simple style where you actually have to unhook the boat buckle and put it in the truck. We already got this one unbuckled. Our motor toter has already been taken off. That's ready to go. A very important thing, which is going to be common sense to a lot of people, is make sure you put your plug in, which is right here. You may have to put a little bit of grease around that to make sure that goes in and out properly. The next step would be to make sure the power has been turned on your boat. This boat here is equipped with one-touch power. Right there, just give it a second to load. Now the power has been supplied to the boat. And this boat here is outfitted with a DTS engine from Mercury. That means it has full electronic controls for your throttle and your hot foot here. Some boats have cable, or a lot of boats have cable throttle. This one with the DTS, when you first apply power to it, the hand throttle is going to be engaged. And if you like to use hand throttle, you can just leave it there. If you're a foot throttle guy or fisherman, you're going to want to go right there, push that button to turn the hand throttle off. Now you're ready to put your boat in the water. Now that we got the boat backed in the water, we're ready to launch it off the trailer. A lot of boats come equipped with a safety strap for when you're towing down the road. We've already unhooked that. And now we have the strap that's here on our Fulton crank. Gonna unlatch that. If you have your boat too far in the water, or if you're on a really steep ramp, when you first unlatch this, it may start sliding back a little bit. Don't panic, it's not gonna fall off the trailer. That just means for the next time that you maybe put that trailer a little too far in the water. So now we've unhooked it and we're ready to board the boat. A lot of boats these days come with these easy step-in ladders here. When operating any watercraft, it's always important to wear some sort of life vest, a Coast Guard approved life vest. Here we got this one ready to go. Another important safety feature is your kill switch. You're going to want to fasten that somewhere to your life vest. That way, if you're ejected from the boat, the kill switch will pull and the motor's going to shut off right there. The boat we're in here today is equipped with Mercury DTS controls, meaning it's a digital throttle here and digital hot foot down here. It has a key, which you can start the boat with the key if you prefer. See, the key's on. You can start the boat with the key, just like a conventional ignition system, or you can use the start engine button right here to start your outboard. We're going to trim that motor down to where it's about level here. And you'll notice hand throttle is on. If I pull this into reverse, we're going to start backing up. I prefer to use my hot foot, so I'm going to turn. The very first time you crank this up in the morning or apply power to it, your hand throttle is automatically going to be on. So now it's turned off. You don't have to do that each day, but if you turn the power off to the boat, you will have to reset your foot throttle. Now our engine's started. We backed the trailer down the appropriate amount, and we're ready to back it off the trailer. Got our life vest on, our kill switch is attached. We're going to put it in reverse. Because I've disengaged the hand throttle, it's just in reverse now, and I'm going to have to apply pressure to the foot pedal, just like in a car, to give throttle to the engine. And you'll notice if you have your boat backed in the water properly, it'll easily back off the trailer. You won't have to apply a lot of throttle to get it to back off. After your day on the water, it's time to put the boat back on the trailer. There's different regulations, different boat ramps, different parts of the country. There's a lot of places where they don't recommend or permit power loading, so you're going to want to go over your local procedures or operations there to make sure that you are allowed to power load a boat. Here we're allowed to power load a boat, so that's what we're going to show you how to do today. The most common mistake that we see at boat ramps with new boat owners is that they frequently put their trailers too far in the water. All of the bunks are submerged underwater, and the only thing that's sticking out of the water is the first few feet of the trailer. If you have that, you're not going to have your bunks to guide the boat back onto the trailer straight or properly.
Brent Butler here with Icon Boats. All right, so whenever it comes time as far as launching your boat, backing your trailer in, it's very important you understand the grade of the ramp, you know, whether it's flat, whether it's steep, you know, to make it a whole lot easier when it comes to loading your boat. This particular ramp is on a 7-degree grade. On steeper ramps, have to be very careful. No matter what boat you own or operate, if you back it in too deep on steep ramps, you gotta worry about your nose, your trolling motor foot, prop, whatever it is, you know, actually hitting your roller. So be very careful. It may take a couple times or tries, you know, within your boat to figure out what works best. For our LX21 on this particular ramp, you notice the water lines on the fender wells backed in. You can see the bump. If you get it, was to get it too deep, if we'd backed in too far, obviously it's going to come up and slam the roller. So at this 7-degree grade, the boat will slide on perfectly, and then just be able to power load it on up to the boat, and then, on up to the roller, you know, and then hook your strap, crank her up, and you're ready to roll.
Now that we've got the boat back on the trailer, before we pull it out of the water, one of the most important things to remember is to trim that motor up. You don't want to drag your skeg across the concrete. The final important step before pulling your boat out of the water is to make sure you've strapped it back in. And if you've put the trailer the proper distance down in the water on an average boat ramp, it won't slide back. Some of the steeper ramps, you may still have some problems with the boat sliding back, and you'll have to crank it up the rest of the way. So we have this strap connected, and now we're going to finish it off with the safety strap. Now we're ready to pull the boat out of the water. Boat's on the trailer, but we're not quite ready to go. Brent and I had a great day fishing. Just a couple more steps before we're ready to hit the road. And put the transom saver back on. Yeah, so all our LX21s ship with a Toater transom saver. Regardless of the boat brand that you have, you know, Toater makes a great product. We're gonna show you how to simply install it, make it, you know, easy for towing. So I always like to put it in the last engine hole there on the bottom. As you can see, I don't have the engine trimmed up far enough yet. So I'm gonna trim it up more and get this, basically your stabilizers, you know, directly above the center part of the engine. All right, then you can let it rest. I'll trim it down, but I need to stop it about a quarter to half inch shy of, you know, of the engine being all the way down on it, so I can, you know, pull my arms out. And I want to make sure that my engine's straight as well. So now that I've got my arms in place, support arms, trim it down to it, good to go. Now I'll just put my my straps on, my boat buckles, crank her down, you know, one time. Go to starboard side, same deal. Push my release button, hook it on my stern eye, crank, good to go. We hope this video was able to help out any of you new boat owners out there. Last couple steps here. We've got the boat on the trailer, it's all strapped down. Brent's gonna cut the power off, take the drain plug out so we don't have any residual water that may have gotten in the boat. Wait. What's that beeping? Left his key on. That'll remind you with the DTS controls that you left your key on. But thanks for watching. Check out our channel for other how-to videos. Hope they help. Leave us some comments, follow us. We'll see you next time.